People can't give you what they don't have, and many people simply don't have approval to give. But remember, this has nothing to do with you. When you're faced with the rejection and disapproval of others, it's important to separate your well-being from someone else's approval. It's just their opinion, and it doesn't have to mean anything to you. It's not about your worth in any way whatsoever. It is about their lack of approval and the fears and false teachings that fuel that. How can we break free from the approval of others?
Would it be okay if I were to tell you that I am afraid someday? So I call you up and you call me down. Would it be okay?
Well, hello and welcome to the FreedHearts podcast. My name is Robert Cottrell and I'm here as always with
Susan Cottrell.
Hi there.
Hi.
Hi, everybody. Welcome. Please connect with us at freedhearts.org. Again, remember all of our resources, all of the premium video, the comprehensive, extensive 21-day premium video courses are free. All our books are free as PDF copies. Everything we have, tons of resources. It's all there for you. It's all free. Yeah, and that's pretty cool. I love that. Do you love that?
Yeah, I love that. I love that.
You know, let's get right into this because we received an email from someone and it was similar to other emails we've received. And we thought that many of you might be going through this or something similar or know someone going through this kind of thing. So what I'd like to do, if it's okay with you, Susan, is I would like to read the email and then you, Susan, can share just how you answered. Yeah?
That's great.
Does that sound good?
Sounds great.
Okay, so here we go. A listener said, my fiance and I have lived together for a few years. When we first came out to my fiance's parents, they said it was a death and they would have to grieve. Phew. We thought they had worked through it as they have been loving, accepting, and going to church with us until our engagement. Now we are, quote, slapping God in the face, going to hell, etc. We are all Christians. They more conservative than we. I love them, but I don't know what to do or say. I feel rejected. My fiance feels rejected, unloved, unsupported. Please help us with any resources you may have to help us understand this process for them, and in turn, help us communicate love, not resentment. Man. So that's the email. Susan, how did you answer?
Okay, great. I said, wow. First, congratulations on your marriage.
I love how you always do that, by the way. You always find the positive and,
yeah.
You know,
I mean, that's what,
because I know you read that and you go, ah,
yes.
Let me get right
in it.
Yeah.
But they deserve to be celebrated for their upcoming wedding. That's amazing. I said, I'm so happy for you. Let my voice represent thousands of parents who would happily hug you and cry tears of joy with you that you have found someone to commit your life to. And what a gift that is. Yay.
You know, I'm sorry, I'm going to...
Sure.
I have thoughts and I occasionally share them, okay? You know, if marriage is the goal, then a gay couple who wants to commit their lives to each other, you know, they want to make that commitment, they want to make that step. Isn't that what it's all about?
Right.
You know what I mean? Anyway, okay. Right. All right. No. Anyway, how did you answer? You may please continue.
Okay. Then I said, next, it's fascinating that your parents think this has anything to do with them or anything to do with God, really meaning the scary God they believe in, are afraid of. It doesn't. It has to do with you and your fiance, your God as you understand God to be. And God is always way bigger than our understanding. Even if your parents have a book they think lines out everything about God in detail, they don't. Third, their rejection doesn't have to mean you have to feel rejected. Honestly, it feels like their rejection means something, but it only means their cup is empty. Their cup of God's unconditional, explosive, abundant, radical, lavish love is empty. They don't understand it. They can't find that love for themselves. They're living on a razor's edge of rejection from God if they step out of line. And so they can't afford it to you. They can't give you that kind of acceptance. And what kind of God is that? Seriously. So let's pretend you have a big celebration and you ask them, say, for some tequila so that you could make margaritas.
Wait. Love this. Love the direction you took this. Cheers.
Or a non-alc tequila if that's your thing.
All right.
You don't even drink. You're very funny. So you needed some tequila to make some margaritas, but they don't have any tequila. Furthermore, they don't condone alcohol of any sort, let's say, and they think that you shouldn't either. Not only that, but if you persist in finding tequila and making those wicked drinks for your hedonistic celebration, then you're slapping God in the face and you will go to hell. How dare you? Do you see how preposterous this is? Do you see that? Oh, no. Now what do we do? Do we cancel the celebration? Do you tell your friends they should turn from their evil margarita drinking ways and find God? Do you sit in misery with your fiance and say, we're pieces of crap for even asking if they have tequila? No.
That seems like an excellent shirt for like a cruise. We're pieces of crap for even asking if they have tequila. Well, welcome to Mexico. That's great. I love that.
That's hilarious. Okay, no, you don't do that because you know somewhere inside of you that they're wrong. That's just their opinion. That's just their blockage. But they're wrong. It doesn't apply to you. Simply recognize this. They can't give you what they don't have. They're scared about a lot of things.
Yeah, say that again, because that you talked before about them not having received the unconditional, lavish, radical, complete love of God for themselves.
Yes.
So, like you said, they can't give you what you don't have, what they don't have. Yeah.
And there's a quote, I'm not sure I even put it in here, but it's in John somewhere, where he says, if you don't understand God's fully radical love, you don't love God. You don't know God. The love of God is not in you because you just aren't in a position to receive it. And so it's something like that. So they're scared about a lot of things. They have internalized a lot of false beliefs, and none of that has anything to do with you. It has more to do with the medieval, pre-Reformation times than it has to do with you. And none of it has anything to do with God. None of it. Part of that internalized fear is a lot of false beliefs about tequila, let's say. Therefore, they have no tequila and they will never have tequila, and you'll never get tequila from them. So there's no point in asking. Does that make sense? Because they can't give you what they don't have. And that's the main point here. They can't give you what they don't have. You want fearful, terrorizing thoughts about God so that you have to live in fear? So if you don't toe the line, your mortal soul is in danger? They can give you that. They got that.
This is just excellent. Yeah.
They got that aplenty. But that's not what you want. They can't give you the peace or joy or rest or tequila. But you can, were you going to say something?
No.
You're like about to speak at every turn.
I have a few funny things, but I'm going to hold.
Toss them in.
No,
okay.
no, I'm going to hold.
People like you're funny. They always tell us, be more funny, make more jokes.
I just looked at the clock. No, it's not 5 o'clock here.
5 o'clock somewhere. Okay, but you can get your own tequila. You can get your own approval, joy, celebration from God. and you can rest in it because you already have it. You think God is unhappy about your marriage? No. God brought you two together. Yes, I'm sure you feel that way, unless your fear is blocking you. Otherwise, you wouldn't be getting married. So enjoy it and go elsewhere for the tequila. Will they come to your celebration? Who knows? But if they are going to start going off about how sinful margaritas are or whatever, you don't want them there anyway. This is your celebration. You can only be thrown off your game if you let their words have power over you. If you believe what they're saying, or perhaps more likely, if you hold on to a little tender hope inside that maybe they will change. That right there, that hope right there is a killer because you'll be constantly disappointed. Instead, recognize and admit to yourself that they really are out to lunch about this. They don't understand it.
Out to lunch without tequila.
Out to lunch, no tequila, no margaritas.
No unconditional. They have it, but they don't know
They
it.
can't access it.
They can't access it.
They won't access it.
Right.
They're too scared. And there's no bridging the gap here. There's none because they've been soaked in this harmful, rejecting teaching. Now, we've talked many times in deconstruction, in deconstructing about how people are taught this view of God as a way to keep control over them so that the religious leaders, the rulers, the powers that be can control people. That's what it's for. That was never, ever God's message. Look at Jesus. He never talked about that. He only got angry and name-calling, so to speak, of the religious leaders for doing this very thing, for rejecting people and using God's name to do it. This was never the message. That's not astoundingly good news that God is not very happy with you. Are you being harsh if you believe this will never change? Because, we're inclined to say, maybe they will change. No, you're not being harsh. If they change, they'll let you know. They can reach you. If they suddenly have a big epiphany where they see the errors of their ways, and some parents do that over time, they will say so.
Yeah, I mean, it's if you have that kind of change towards someone that has been seeking that there has been a break in the relationship tension, if you have that kind of change, you are going to shout that from the mountaintops to them.
Yeah.
And as a parent, you are going to celebrate this person that they have been rejecting. If you have to seek it out, just
from
to get
them,
from them, just to get an inkling of maybe they accept, that's tolerate.
Right. That's not a change of heart for them.
Yeah. So they will let you know. Yeah. Yeah.
Right. And they may have to do it in a way that saves face, but they'll let you know if they have that kind of change. That's the whole point I'm saying.
Yeah. They may shout it from the mountaintop just to you, but they will let you know. Yeah. But yeah, you're right. In a way that saves face, but if they feel that convicted about what they've been holding back or not showing you, they will make sure you know that.
Yeah. And so you don't have to go seek it out. It's like that, the movie, He's Just Not That Into You. If you have to seek out him telling you he's into you, he's not into you. So that's just a little aside there.
It may sound like, hey, I found the tequila. It was under the bed on Dad's side. Sorry.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, go on.
I found the Playboys, the Playgirls. They were on Dad's side. Okay. So anyway, everybody's got their bag. Everybody's got their thing. But you don't have to go seek their approval because that's not how you get approval. If you're seeking their approval, if you're seeking their celebration, you can't get it that way. That's not how it comes. It comes by you living your best life, you doing you, and them watching even from afar over time and saying, I think we may have been wrong on this, and coming around. But their fear they have to be able to overcome their fear. So, but let me tell you this, the cost of you hoping against hope for a change for which you have no real evidence will be a continued disappointment and continued heartbreak of putting the well-being of, gaining approval of yourself and your partner in the hands of people who simply don't have it to give you. You can't let them tell you who you are, because they don't get it. So they can't give you what they don't have, and they simply don't have approval to give. And it has nothing to do with you two. Nothing at all. Now you're faced with a challenge. You want to separate your well-being from your parents or anyone else's approval. It's just their opinion teetering on top of a bad teaching, and it doesn't mean anything at all about you. So let me give you a quick illustration of this. Replace your parents with any of the thousands of affirming parents, and you will find complete life-changing approval for you, right? Or replace you with any other gay couple, and your parents would reject them. Do you see what I'm saying here? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So whoever the parents are,
It's not about the couple.
they're the ones who accept or reject the gay children. And whoever the gay children are, it's the parents who reject or accept them. And so you cannot be acceptable enough for them to accept you. That's in their court, and you can't bring it about. I hope that makes sense. Okay. So it's not about your non-approvability, but their lack of approval. They're the ones without approval to give, and you're the ones whose well-being really doesn't hinge on their approval unless you let it. Say, and the thing is that you may have to grieve. If you're grieving in this, you may have to grieve what you thought you had with them, what you hoped you had with them, but you didn't really lose something. You have to grieve because it never was there in the first place. It was always conditional approval. You just didn't know that until you broke their conditions, right?
Yeah.
So,
But for many people, this is a very new road to go down, especially with parent-child relationship. Yeah.
Yeah, and to have your well-being outside of their approval is unfamiliar.
Yeah.
That's a different path. Fortunately, I have a lot of free Beloved Adventure masterclasses to help you navigate this unfamiliar path. So go to the website and look under free Beloved Adventure courses for courses like there's, 21-day adventure to free your heart, a 21-day adventure, a journey beyond dysfunction. I mean, there's the LGBTQ course with so many radically included, the biblical case for love and inclusion. I tell you those to hopefully whet your appetite to go see what's there for you that we created for you, because we want you to bask in complete love and approval.
And if on the parent side, if the parents are willing to do something like that, there are great parents courses there as well.
Yes.
Several,
Yes. So this is a journey for you, and it will take some time to train this unused muscle. And that muscle may feel even atrophied, but I'm telling you, you have it in you to go beyond the fear of rejection, to reach beyond your parents to the God who absolutely never had a problem with you, ever. To let yourself flow down the rapids of the life that's here for you with your wonderful partner, like someone relaxing on a raft, holding some snacks and a glass of lemonade. Or a margarita. Instead of trying to turn upstream to unhitch your parents' raft that's gotten stuck in the brambles because they just wouldn't float downstream with you into love and approval. You can't go back and unhitch them. And I've said that 100 times. I know I have. You can't let their words drive your approval, or else you're a puppet on a string, dancing to whatever way they pull you. You don't want that. So take the courses, allow yourself to care less about their opinion, and feel free to grieve your family, whoever you need to grieve, and recognize that you're grieving what you wish you had, not what you really had, or even what you had and lost. Their approval was always conditional. You just didn't know it till you no longer met the conditions, and so they no longer approved.
That's so good. There's some profound paradigm shifts in there of thinking that are transformational. So great advice, great advice. And however that applies in your life, listener, and it may apply in multiple areas, honestly, family, relationships, friends, work. If you remember that, it can free your heart to love and be loved, because that's what you deserve. Again, just a reminder, as we've said, those Beloved Adventure video courses, along with all of our resources, are absolutely free. No ads, no catches, just free. So pick a course, go there now, pick a course, and just do it. Start today. It's all at freedhearts.org. We love you. We'll talk to you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Would it be okay if I were to tell you that I am afraid someday? So I call you up and you call me down. Would it be okay?
You've been listening to the Freed Hearts podcast. We have extensive resources and vibrant, inclusive community for you at freedhearts.org. Please come say hello. If you have questions, comments, or suggestions for the podcast, just email us at podcast@freedhearts.org. Audio engineering is by Luke Johnson. The music is provided by our child, the Grammy-nominated Saint Sinner. You can find out more about him and his music at saintsinnermusic.com. Please share, subscribe, and follow on your favorite platform, and support if you can. And thanks for listening.
Would it be okay?